Are you searching for a better Counter-Strike experience all in one place? Compete for over $1 million in PUG and League prizes, all on one platform. Track and share your performance with our advanced stats pages. Frag out and rank up on the industry-leading anti-cheat. Sign up for ESEA today.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Oh, tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Hello and welcome to ESEA MDL Season 32 Australia. Tonight we're going to be jumping into a match between Order and Buckets. You're joined by myself, Jevons, and my co-caster, Bemi. Bemi, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Jev. How are you, buddy? It's I've been in the CS:GO world for a lot recently, so this is just getting more of my fix for it, and it's good to cast with my one of my best buddies in the whole wide world.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'd watch out. It is a bit addictive, especially the NZ region. It does tend to pull off a few surprises, some good games.
Oh, sure.
And hopefully going to be seeing one of those tonight. We are just waiting for the last member of Buckets, I believe, to hop in, and we should be able to get stuck into it. As you can see, we are going to be on Inferno. And, well, this is going to be perhaps a little bit interesting. I think mostly where we know what Order are going to bring to the table. It's more what Buckets going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Buckets has had a long history of nothing, and they've lost their past two matches. From what I'm looking at the HLTV that I saw earlier, they did manage to go into OT for one of them and did not close it out. So they're 0-2 right now, but who knows? Maybe they've been labbing, you know, just like getting the old joints moving again, and they'll be really good. I tried to look up the players to see if there was any history with them as well. Haven't managed to really find this, so this is it's an unknown element apart from two games. Meanwhile, I mean, Order, legendary team, like you said, and like we should know. All memes aside, this is looking like it's going to be very much in their favor. But I do think maybe, who knows, maybe Buckets can start on the CT side and string a few rounds before they go on the T side.
Maybe. I mean, at the very least, it's well, I mean, I guess you could call it a bit of a learning experience, but we don't want to write them off too soon. With a team like Order, you have a lot of chances to actually, actually research them. There's so much material out there, and even with the most recent change, which is Estilo coming in around September-ish, the core has been the same for a few months, since July, and a lot of them have been there for at least a year now. And with that, it means that you can spend as much time reading into what these players are doing and learning how to try and counter that, and testing it out, really. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the individual skill power of Order there might still prevail, and we'll still see this going towards them. But I think Buckets have a good chance to try and pull a few sneakies, see if they can't get a couple of rounds, or perhaps quite a few rounds, off of the more established side here. So that might be the main goal. Just see what they can get away with.
Oh no!
That was, well, I don't think they're going to get away with that. I mean, it's a live round. It's a bit of a formality. And, Valiant's gonna imagine clean up nicely towards the end there.
Sorry, was that Hawk?
Come on. That is becoming too much of an in-joke.
Yep.
Mongolian player. We saw him TK, what, 2
Were
or
they
3 times on
Mongolian?
this map?
I thought they were from Vietnam.
It has been that long. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're about to hop into the pistol round. So, Order have picked the CT side.
No
So
surprise.
that is one advantage you talked about before, taken away from Buckets.
Yeah, but it makes it easier for them to close in the second half if they manage to string a couple of rounds together. I mean, I think the goal here is to at least make it either a... Oh, no. Okay, well, they'll punch the aggression, first of all, so that's at least something good for them to write home about. We'll have to wait and see what they are able to do here. Maybe run through apps. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and push towards Banana, or they're trying to get information at least before they decide to do anything ahead of time.
Well, yeah, and they've actually managed to take down Alistair at fairly low health, and they had that good trade on second mid there, so all things considered, they've set themselves up quite nicely. Haps is going to be the only one really defending B, and Buckets, they're taking the time, they are moving across. I think eventually one of these order players is going to have to jump back. There's just too little going on around A side for them to really hang on to it, or maybe they're just comfortable enough with their retakes, but 50 seconds, they're bunched up and they're going around the corner now. That smoke's gone, they want to get the flash in, but Haps is going to clean up too. That is frightening.
Oh my god! I mean, I really shouldn't be shocked because it's Order, but I mean, look, man, hand-eye coordination in this game sometimes just gets me, man. It's just like so impressive. That closes out the round. Yeah, that retake's going to be incredible. Brace does manage to get a few kills. We'll see what they can do here. Oh, they're actually stringing a couple kills. They could win this. It's 1v1. The health advantage is going in. They go for the baited plan. And oh my god, Buckets! Are you kidding me?
Wow, okay, that is a great start for them. I'd be fired up after that. That is, especially after Hats pulls off those 2 very crisp, clean headshots. Buckets kept their cool. Okay, Brace, that was good.
Oh my god! Dude! I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
it's just the pistol. It is just the pistol. These things can happen.
But that, like, literally humbled Order. And the Order is not gonna, like, oh my gosh, they didn't that just shows how confident they were. That really, like you said, they left only one at, like, B, and literally the site was not easy to retake. That was crazy, though. You're right, it's just a pistol, but man, oh my gosh. I'm like imagining in my head that this is like a 9-6 for Order, but I wasn't expecting the pistol to be 1. This changes a little bit. It does depend. Order does go for the save, so now they're going to be able to invest into the gun round next time, so it really is a big question what they're going to be able to do here. He still is able to get them. Drops below the balcony. Able to get a couple of shots, making it a lot more expensive for Buckets than he needs to be. Drops a nade, though. They're going to be able to close it out. Hopefully, Goblino just tries to get a kill, but only gets tagged, but it's going to be okay. Brace will be able to come in, wrap it up for them. Looks really good. 2 rounds on the board, so at the very least, the silver lining is if Order with this gun round coming in does manage to be able to take a round, Buckets will be able to buy back necessarily with the loss bonus that they're coming in, so they could potentially keep onto this lead or tie it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, Buckets, because they did lose those 2 players the last round there, they're actually in a bit of an interesting position here. Order has that better buy. They've got the firepower, which is not something you always see with a 3rd round buy. Oh, they're not slowing down. They're rushing through apps here. This could be a bit of a meat grinder. It's not Cornell Goblino, though.
They're ready for it.
To do something to try and stop this.
Are you kidding me? No way!
I'm gonna have to say it. They bucketed down on them. Okay,
I can't believe it. Oh my! I just had my tea, man. That's
okay, that was our producer. I was how much coffee Femi had. He is, but I mean, I don't even think you need coffee.
Oh
Buckets
my gosh!
have successfally taken. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a 3rd round.
Push. That was so smart. They just committed to one site. They're like, okay, we're just gonna stay together. And at least if we're just going to overwhelm them, because probably, since they were able to win, they had the utility advantage. Yes, they'll be able to walk away with, you know, they lose quite a few players and they make it expensive each time, but oh my gosh, do they make it ever convincing. Now, Order, they can buy into this round, but they won't have the same amount of utility that you would want on, say, a CT side. So now they're going to go ahead and start just buying one AK, get some deagles, steal some weapons. And the deagles are very dangerous weapons that can always bring something, but... Jeff, take the mic away from me.
Okay, so Order at this point, I think that they're gonna have to start respecting buckets, of course. And with this pistol round, where they've got 3 deagles, 5.7, and of course the AK, they might be able to actually set up these kind of ambushes that they would against, I guess, more well-known teams. And this could be a point where things get dangerous for buckets. I think these 3 losses that they've just faced might actually serve to wake them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. The buckets, though, they're definitely awake. They're doing some good work, and they could very much they could very well just keep that pain train chugging along.
Maybe it depends on, because you just said they're doing really well.
No. Look, imagine on his own here on B with this 5.7. Look, this is not a great situation for him, considering.
Didn't they learn from the pistol?
Well, I mean, it's not
they're
completely
a lot more
uncommon.
aware
You do stack up on a site, but buckets, yeah, they've definitely gone for B now. They're just flying onto it, and they're trying to check all these corners. Of course, they want to, of course, make sure they don't get run into a stack, which isn't going to happen. Order locked out of the site fairly well. They're only really going to be able to hang around the sides here. And buckets, I don't think they're going to let anyone sneak in and try and do anything here. So this should be another round. The only real consolation prize that they might be able to take this AK going into the next round. Keep that money high, and yeah, try and force something up around this. Buckets, though, I don't really think they have anything to worry about here, except 2 of these players are actually just sticking around Connector.
Nice, but the trade.
Yeah, it's one trade. In fact, Alistair, I think, is more just there to make sure that AK gets out. In fact, he's hanging around here. I think he might try and run in after and get a gun or something. Yeah, he's going to do that. In fact, Buckets almost clued into this, and we'll get him right at the end. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I mean, that was more of a throwaway round. See if you could see how much you could really get away with. But Order, they've got the money. They are going to make that investment, some fancy purchases, including the AWP on Alistair there. So with that, maybe they're going to pull the handbrake a little bit on this winning streak that Buckets themselves.
Yeah.
Are they going to keep up the aggression here, though? They're going to second mid again, which is what they did before, and it almost looks like they want to rush out of balcony again.
I think it's good commitment. No time like the
set the bomb up ahead, and everybody else is in the apartments. So,
and they got control pit.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that's one dead. But
no, but the trade
will be traded out. That's good. That still works out exactly how they wanted to.
Oh, and look at the tag on Ustillo.
Yeah, but this is more just so they could boost up Alistair. He's got a bit of a view over that smoke. I don't know who's going to actually be able to see here. No. No, they're just going to hold their positions now.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
There's the smoke.
Excellent.
I'm surprised Alistair didn't take a shot there just to see what he can find in the dark. Imagine we'll get tagged up though. It's still 3 for 3, and Brace has control of pit, so this is huge. We'll be able to close it out. Alistair doesn't have a kit, so this is not looking good for them. And there it is, a 5th round for Bucket. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, look at that is Wow. Okay, I think wow was the right word for this. Is there a bit of a glitch? Are we seeing the wrong names on the wrong side? This is unbelievable though, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Buckets here. This is amazing.
Yeah, shout out to the Anchorman profile pictures. Really good coordination, very uniform. Alright, well, Imagine, it's good to see if they can get an early pick. Nice nade onto that as well. We'll see if they do anything. Oh, this could be pretty big. Doesn't find anything. Managed to tag it up, but no trade yet. And they have no utility. This is a very interesting investment coming in from Order. I'm a little bit confused by this.
I mean, it looked like they wanted to play a little bit further forward. You're actually seeing Alistair and Ustillo, more Alistair, trying to get around the sides here, see what it can find. I think this might be the right call. If you have a team that is basically trying to push you and really just rush on the attacking side there, returning with some of your aggression and trying to sort of flick them on the nose might be the way to go. But, yeah, Buckets are just, they're too fluid. They're just running around. A bit of a round-the-world play there, just to get onto A side again, but oh my...
Ustillo.
Yes,
Beautiful.
that's it. Order will finally be able to get themselves around the board, and that's got to be a bit of a relief for them. That... I don't necessarily want to say that it was getting out of control, but...
No, it was. It really was. Like, that they were a... There wasn't a lot of respect coming in from Order from the beginning. Just because they have a lot of self-confidence, obviously so, because they're a very good team. But also on top of that, they just weren't ready for being able to punish aggression so well. So, I don't know, I guess they weren't expecting Buckets basically to repeat themselves. But I think Buckets now, they're going to slow down. You know, it's finally a round on the board for Order. They have kids to work with, they have a lot of things to go with. Now they're just doing a little bit of chip damage here and there. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Nice bit of trade damage coming in from Order there. Nice stuff from Hats.
Yeah, and they're trying to get control of that banana location there, which is kind of what you want. I mean, before they were just hanging back, playing passive. It wasn't really giving them a lot of information, and I think that was definitely a bit of a detriment to them. So now they can actually try to get this info. It's good, but they've fallen back yet again, so... Yeah, any sort of information or recon that they were doing has gone away, and with a minute left, that still provides Buckets with plenty of time to actually sort of still try and pull these rotations, do anything else they want to do to try and...
of opportunity.
Oh. Oh, baby.
Yes, Jeff.
Yes. I don't think they've completely convinced them that it's going to be this B players. Oh, Screaming out of smoke and somehow gets away with it. Almost gets the one kill, but Imagine's there to trade it out, which is good. And they know that because they have taken out one of these players, B might be an option, but Imagine puts a stop to that. They're not... Actually, no, he doesn't. Buckets are still moving through this. They still want to move through. And I mean, Imagine's done his job. He just wants to hold it back.
We'll see how this goes. I mean, it is still player advantage. I mean, that's crazy. Sicko still really tagged up. Doesn't have to peek that. It is now just 1v4, and they're just going to hunt them down. I really... Wow. Okay, that was unnecessary, Alistair. But, really, I like the commitment from Buckets there. That was a really just nice play, because with the commitment, they at least get that bomb plant bonus, and I think that was just the consolation prize that they were trying to go for. Now there has to be some kind of slight save going in here. Tech 9's being invested here. I haven't seen that in a good hot minute.
No, it has been quite a while since we've actually seen them. I mean, they're making a little bit of a resurgence, I think. Not a huge one, but I mean, it's P250s across the rest of the world, though, which I think is fairly modest. It's kind of what you want to do. And, I mean, interestingly, Buckets are playing a lot more conservatively, and as far as Alistair and Valiant's concerned, they just have to basically jellyfish away from this. They take that shot, move a bit further back, and just take the next defensive position there, and that leaves Buckets with very little else they can do except try and pick those fights again, and it's not going to work for them unless you're brave, somehow winning that duel with Imagine there. But it's not going to be enough to win it, unfortunately. It's just going to be enough to, yeah, make Imagine's economy a little bit worse than it was before, but he's still on $3,000. He's doing fine. Yeah. Buckets, however, they're able to buy into this one again, so perhaps they can actually try and stop Order from getting that money, that bank up and running there. They're going to be able to do it is going to be an interesting question, because Order, I think, are slowly figuring out what Buckets are up to, and they know how to sort of hold these positions, and let's try and get these trades, which is going to be quite important, but as they move in, that nade landing right in the middle. Not doing as much as they'd hope, but Valiant gets 2 in return, but is quickly dispatched. Makes it a 3 versus 3 situation. Oh,
Nice.
that spray from Hats, though, through smoke, just nipping Brace. That's going to be enough to kill him. He's already in low health. Goblino, what are you going to do? You're going to have to try and plant, but they're going to rush you after that. They know it's been... No. That's not really much you can do after that point.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. They don't even have to... Oh. Alistair, I know he knows the timing of it, but there's just that little bit of you that thinks maybe he dies to the Molotov there. Buckets opting to go for a bit of a force buy here. They want the firepower, so they've gone for the SGs and the singular AK. A little utility to back it up, but not a huge amount. Order, on the other hand, have anything they could possibly want. Pretty much means that they could play a defensive game as much as they want, but Yustillo gets the haircut he never wanted. That gives up apartments.
Oh!
Conky amazingly taking out Alistair. Okay, the SGs with the missing ingredient, it seems, there, and Buckets might be able to wrap this one up. They still have Hats, Valiance, and Imagine to deal with, though, so potent combination.
Yeah. And they do have smokes, so they can slow them down.
Yes. But look at this, they've opted to completely give up B altogether. Perhaps it's a gamble. If they lose B, do they even try to retake it, or is it a save?
What is this? Order, you don't have to do this.
Yeah, they want to try and make those plays, though. Try and even it up somehow. Hats. Well, he's gonna get 2, but it's not enough. 3 versus 1 situation, and Conky will just finish up Imagine there. Send him on his way. And, well, at the start of this map, I don't think I could have possibly picked that would be seeing this kind of scoreline. At the moment, I think Buckets have done everything they need to make this T-half. Yeah, I think they've done everything. Everything after this is going to be just icing on the cake. Yeah, very delicious cake for Bucket. That could be the win against Order.
And if they get the 8th round on the board for them, they are going to confirm the lead for the first half. And they're going to go into CT as well after this. This is huge!
I mean, it's pretty massive, yeah. This is so strange, because we were talking about it before. We're seeing so many different results from this Bucket side. And then they come up against Order, and this is what happens. So, I don't know necessarily if this is perhaps a bit of an off day for Order, or if Buckets are just playing out of the mines. To be honest, Buckets are landing some decent shots anyways, so...
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and take anything away from them, because this is all good work, of course.
It might be unfamiliarity with the matchup.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, that does raise an interesting question, we got to say, about that next map. Or next match against PC4.
Oh, dude, I have no idea. You know how sometimes there's like those teams like crazy? They'll be able to take Astralis and then like all of a sudden they fall to a lesser known team. You never know. It's just one of those days. But yeah, Hat's going down right away. I mean, they check their corners. Buckets are doing the textbook plays right here. Really smart stuff. Boosting onto Flower Beds. He's still trying to get the information. See if they can take it down, but they'll get traded. Player disadvantage still. Buckets looking really good. Really low health for a lot of them, though, so they can't really take too much burn damage. Valiant looking pretty good here. They're trying to get the trade. Gets the 2K, but they're just going to get mowed down and lined up. And once again, Dab is just ready to just line him up and sink him. And 1 round away from confirming the lead for this first half.
Yeah, I mean... I kind of freaked out about it before, but I think this might potentially be getting to Order a little bit.
I'm starting to get numb from this.
Hats was just tapping away, trying to get those headshots against Buckets there, and he had some good opportunities, but nothing was landing there, so that could just be incredibly bad luck as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Considering what we saw in the pistol round, those
really smart.
Yeah, look at this. This is 5 Deagles and...
Oh my god!
Yep, you always make that spray. Oh, you don't always. You
Yo,
you
that's
hope
like,
that you
I
get it
don't-
because look at he's still. He's down to 28 health.
I don't know how they. Wait, I'm getting really uncomfortable.
Seems
Okay.
like can't even. Oh, is Valiant's gonna try and? He doesn't necessarily just want to fire through this blind, which I think is the smart idea. There's just gonna be too much returning fire in there. He wants to make sure he lands those shots. Order though, they have to just keep on running back and forward. It seems trying to get something. Oh,
Good tags.
He tags. He gets some damage. That might potentially make things easier for Imagine here. He doesn't necessarily have to get those extra shots lined up, but he's going to have hats to help him out as well, just on Coffin. The Coffin that they are spraying because they know he's going to be there, and Imagine...
Woo!
Yeah, this is just going to be a... I mean, Valiant, he might be able to get some kills here, but... Gonna be enough. It's one kill. That's a start. He doesn't have a kit though. He has the armor, but our time is running down. This is gonna get more and more fraught.
Hold the gun, dude. Hold the gun.
Oh, he's a bit jumpy there. Random shot going off. He's not going to bait anyone else out, I don't think. They know he's there. They know he's also low on bullets as well, but it won't matter. He'll just run right past Brace, who's more than happy to finish him off. And
That's the lead.
Yeah, that's 8-4 against Order. Look, Order's executes might, on the T side, might basically flip this entire narrative on its head, and we'll see them come back in the second half. We've seen crazier things, of course, but at the moment, it just doesn't look like they could possibly happen. Oh. Alistair, you might have something to say about that, though. Takes that shot onto Brace, which is quite a good one to make. Brace has been playing very well for the side of buckets.
Holding my breath.
Oh. Well, he's still out. That's cluing into this one a little bit. Might have gotten a bit of a sound cue from Valiance there to say, yes, they're in apartments. They might rush out again. In fact, they're going quite slow this time, but Still is waiting. Oh, no, he pulls out the swing at just the wrong time. And he is evicted. Or actually,
job.
wait, no, excuse me, never mind.
Valiance.
Wow. In a split second, it's just, yeah, it's Orders round. Which is good. This is perhaps, they can string a few more of these together, which looks like they might be able to take this one. Buckets going to be on a pistol buy. So... maybe some damage done, which will keep Order a little bit weak for this next round. But, yeah, I don't think Buckets are going to be able to get themselves a 9th round, not in the back of this fight. Oh! Abo. Popping a fair bit of damage. They're going to be basically spraying that smoke. Alistair actually clipping him on the ankle there. And if they're going to commit to this banana fish, I think they're just going to go straight into the meat grinder. Hats is very aware of them. Yeah, Valiance in mid picking out Rockleco there. Wait, he didn't clip him through that, did he? Was that would have been Imagine if he got him. Yeah.
I think there was a jump and they managed to just tap him on the jump but not commit to the headshot.
Yeah.
It's gotta be it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna say stuff.
So, Buckets aren't able to take anything away from Order that last round there. We're going to the last round of the first half. And they're going to be going in with a bit of a weaker buy, but that's it. I mean, the utility's great if you're trying to throw fakes or buy time or anything like that. But if they just rush for this one particular way, which looks like that's going to be the call with Banana, but that's then Imagine's hungry for... Sorry, Imagine, yeah, he's hungry for kills. He gets him. Brace, though, just left on his lonesome.
What?
And Alistair... oh, turns into the rest of his buddies in Valhalla there, and... Order managing to bring it back together just to make it a fairly, well, I mean, even if very unexpected halftime score there, 8-7 in Bucket's favor.
Yeah, and they're going on CT side as well. Jeff,
Look, this is
it's impressive. It's honestly shocking in some ways. You should never doubt anybody. Everybody has potential to give something into whatever they're giving into, but this is going to be interesting to see. Buckets looking like they're ready to take this pistol round as quick as they can, just pushing in already towards B and just holding down. And look at this already. Brace just hanging out in apps, ready to go. Oh,
he's anticipating they're going to rush him.
Okay.
That nade not landing on its mark. That would have been huge, though, but it does mean, even though he can't see all the players running around there, that Brace might potentially be in a zone at A. Although, with so much aggression there, Order might have been purely just trying to pull that rotate, and they thought they did it, but they haven't. So that means this B bomb site could be an absolute bloodbath for them.
Could be.
They see the, Order's read this pretty well. They can see the utility coming in. Abo.
Are they ready, though? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, looks like they are.
Well, yeah, they're landing their shots, but oh my god, Abo! Well, that is two clean crisp headshots to make this very even. No. Oh, they're just getting chewed up. Imagine though, he is getting basically, yeah, oh, I'm losing my mind here.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh no.
I'm done! I quit. I don't know anything anymore. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea and come back to the job. There's a tactical pause, I'm hoping, as we are gonna see Order go ahead and go. What the hell was that?
So Bucket's the one who actually called a timeout there, and I don't know if this is one of those, like, let's call a timeout and let them, like, sit and stew and think about how this map's going.
Recently, in my experience right now in casting CS, a lot of times people winning pistol rounds will call timeout for this, especially aggressive teams, because they want to make sure that they're all on the same page on how they want to invest into this round. So this could be just making sure that Buckets is on the same page to start getting into the double digits, because, you know, you want to, I don't know, take some time to figure that out in your own way.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are going to get into these double digits here. It's, I think the only purchase has been that singular P250.
I guess they were expecting a force buy, but Order's a little more patient with investments.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a lot, they should have a fair bit of money to work with. If they can get that bomb planted, even just 2 kills, I think this is going to be a fairly successful round for them, considering how much Buckets had to invest to get them.
Surely possible.
Yeah, but look at this. They are playing a little bit conservatively. Ustillo, though, gets those 2 kills. Oh my god. That was with the work as well, but he is...
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, Ustillo's on 3 kills here. He is actually doing a lot of this legwork, and this is somehow possible for Order now. They don't have the armor, so even these umps are going to be able to do something for them. But this is an M4 and a FAMAS. They have the they have quite the advantage here. Utility coming in there will pop Ustillo out of location.
No,
Alistair's
not
going to be fairly patient on site. He's still actually copying himself one little bit of damage, and they're going to be hungry for this kill there, so they're going to want to go for it. Oh, excellently handled there by Order. Yeah, that was close to perfect. That was 4 Glocks and just a single P250 purchase, and they won that. I've got a that was Ustillo there. He got some fairly hefty kills, and Buckets are actually going to force up themselves going back into this. I can't blame them. It's going to be a little while before they can get a proper buy anyways. Might as well see what we can get away with. Order certainly did, and it was it worked out pretty well for them.
And if you're on CT side, it's very forgiving. But Scout gone already. Interesting that Brace was the one pushing that. I'm really trying to pay attention to Habbo and just see what they can do with the CZ. I'm like really expecting a lot from this. They are leaving one site open. However, the retake will be a lot easier. But it looks like they might just use this utility, try to bait out something, or not. Or okay, well, I guess you can go ahead and pick up an AK for yourself, sir, and They're just going to go ahead and rotate back towards B, but they gave an AK.
Yeah, that's already quite a good find for Siggo there. And they want more though. They're gonna push this mid. I don't know if it's gonna work out for them. Oh, spray down coming in from Rufflecoat there. He's able to do a fair bit, but I mean, Conky's pretty much the one who has to try and get something back from this. He doesn't have too much to work with, but he does have armor. Doesn't have a helmet, but against an AK and SG, that is perfectly fine. He's going to call that they're going to run to B. 35 seconds left. Not a particularly bad idea. Are they just going to pick this fight without throwing anything? Ooh, excellent shot from Hats there. Does finish them off, but Buckets, though, that was a fairly decent eco.
Yeah, not bad at all. However, the fact is, Order did manage to win this, so they will be able to buy back into it without any problems. Buckets doing that force buy will give them the lead. So now it's a matter of what will Buckets invest in. We know that Buckets doesn't do any offs. So what do you think they could expect from the CT side? Did he maybe go for AUGs? Is that something that could be realistically possible that Buckets would do?
I don't necessarily think they'll go for AUGs. I think they will probably just go for M4s like they had been playing for before. And perhaps an AWP though, because I think they're going to want that stopping power. I'm not sure if they're going to want to try and rush and play towards mid like they did before. Like Brace did before, but I think at the very least, if they're seeing that they're starting to lose a few of these, you might potentially see. I think you're very likely to see an AWP. You might potentially even see a second one if they just want to be able to hold those angles and get those much surer kills. But it's such an expensive investment, of course, and the money's not doing particularly great. In fact, that could be said purely by the fact that Goblino here is pretty much just trying to hide on the other side of the map. Order, on the other hand, if their money is going alright, which it is, they may potentially want to do a bit of a hunt there, which is what I think Imagine's actually doing at the moment anyways.
What are they...
Valiance and Alistair are actually just giving each other a few love taps.
Well, it's a good thing that Buckets is going for the save, otherwise I feel like they would get absolutely punished by Goblino's aggression.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit weaker. I mean, Imagine is getting quite close, but he's still creeping around. In fact, we actually have somebody jumping through. Oh my lord! What? If you know the spot, I guess you're gonna shoot for it, right? In fact, yeah, that's a normal kind of spot that you'd go for if you're starting off on the T side. Earlier in the round, you want to spam that because you want to try and catch somebody in the hallways.
Help me.
But that is...
Help me, Jev.
No.
I don't understand this game anymore.
No. Hats does, though. That was a particularly good sort of master shot to go for, and we have some very crispy Buckets on our hands here. That'll be Goblino and Hello
like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh. Brace is still on B, though, and he's just going to be hanging outside. Oh, he goes for the single shot there. He's not sure about it. I think he commits to it. So he's going to be able to get himself one kill. But the side of Buckets is still at a disadvantage. Order plenty of time. They might just decide they want to play it out and see what they try and get from this. And what Ustillo gets is Hold Embrace of Death.
Yep.
Valiance is still over at A, but he's got a fullback, yes. So they're likely to commit to B now. And these flashes, well, if Alistair had been peeking that would have been huge. Imagine his own coffin and grill. Yeah, Buckets, I think, are going to be locked out of this. And you can already see, already getting a bit of a save here. Conky is still going for a bit of a lurk. I think he's really just seeing what kind of kills he can get here. That's about it.
Yeah, they don't have a kit. They're not going to be able to pressure the issue. I think exit frags. I think maybe the best thing they're trying to do is take the op out of their hands, which they managed to do successfully, but they need to basically clear out the entire team for this. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's possible. Wait, hold on.
No, they can't find the bomb. No, they're gonna run away from this. So I mean they get the kills. That's That's good, but...
That made it expensive for sure.
Oh, I think we've actually had somebody drop. Yeah, Alistair's just dropped, so we should probably see a pause coming in. It'll be a technical pause. That is... I mean... if you... I mean, I think that if they got those kills and they could have found the bomb a little bit sooner, they might have been able to do something there. But, at this point, Order is still going to be able to buy into this anyway, so I think that mostly what you're going to be able to do and what Buck is going to be able to come away with that is just that extra little bit of money from last round, and Valiance has dropped as well. This is definitely a technical pause. That's, alright, so Order's going to be sorting out some issues there. That might explain a few things. Looking at their ping, there doesn't seem to be too many weird things happening there. I don't know if it's going to be a latency issue or anything else there, but it could very well explain what we've been seeing so far if they have been having a few problems on their side and just been trying to play through it. But we have Alistair who's rejoined. We're just going to be waiting on Valiance now, and really, I think this gives us a chance to have a bit of a breather and try and take in what we're seeing here.
Hi Jeff, how are you?
Actually super happy. I'm very happy with the kind of game Buckets have been bringing to us tonight. This has been very good to see.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I mean, their most recent match, I think, was the one that went into OT. So, who knows? Maybe this is also another one of that. So, the thing is with Buckets that's been so interesting is that they do a lot of commitments to plays, and it's really, really interesting. And I think it always feels like they have a plan B up their sleeve. They're like, okay, we can't take this round from you, but we're going to take something from you. They always need to have the last laugh. It feels like that kind of mentality with Buckets, just the way that they're playing, and it's so interesting to see that. I don't see that a lot in really any region. It's very, very interesting. So when you see something like that, I mean, honestly, this is, I would sign this team just for the sheer entertainment that they bring.
Yeah, I can't blame you. In fact, yeah, when you say that they basically run through and they always have a bit of a plan here, well, it's a bit of an but they get completely routed. Valiance is getting himself 3 kills. Finally gets traded out here, but yeah, what seemed to be a very strong start has turned into a bit of a terrible situation. But look at this break!
No!
Oh no, he had them lined up. He gets 1 kill. Does a bit of damage onto Stillo there.
It's not impossible.
Conky, they know where he's going to be coming from. What does he do in this situation, though? There's a feeling that one player would be going towards Banana there. The smoke drops. I'm entirely certain if he's going to be creeping through that, but I mean, Imagine can peek through. Stillo has got his back to a degree. He's hopped up on boxes towards Dark there. Stillo, he's just trying to cover both angles, but that smoke's dissipating, and Conky now looking the wrong way towards George there, and Imagine's there to clean up. So, yeah, just add a little bit more into what you're saying there, just how they do those sort of cheeky plays there. They try and sort of scrounge and take as much as they possibly can. That's really good to see. It's basically showing an understanding that there's all those little advantages, just even the smallest ones that you can get, which will try and allow you to win a round or perhaps even a map. And that's good. Also, when they are doing those aggressive plays, it doesn't necessarily look like they're just throwing caution to the wind and just going, hey, everybody waterfall out of apartments or something like that. Like, it's working quite well for them. If they do get stopped, they're able to try and figure something else out. And we've got a B stack here. I think it's going to be fairly soon. Stillo, yeah, coming in through.
Yeah.
CT there will make short work of them. Order have yeah, they've managed to bring about Order. They were previously Disorder.
Alistair has no kills.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a bug from when you have to drop out of the game.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it might catch you off guard with that, but I was like, okay. It was my idea of a terrible meeting.
oh. No,
There you go.
Alistair with no kills. This lane of the game is...
Yeah, Hatch is carrying right now. But in all seriousness, by the way, can I just say we went from no ops to having a double op setup from buckets, and I'm really excited to see how this works.
They just want that stopping power.
They really do. But like, if you remember that they have the scout like brace just pushing aggressively, and I don't get it at all. But they do it anyways. And now they get tagged. They do manage to walk away this time, but yeah, you got me.
Well, it's interesting because the same kind of aggressive peaks of what have allowed them to win so far, and you'd think with the AWP, it'd be perfect for it. It's what works for a lot of players like, say, Fallen. But yeah, in Brace's case, it hasn't done the trick for him. However, an angle like this might be what you need. He is about to get completely covered from both sides, however, and yeah, they're wary of him. In fact, this is allowing the rest of Buckets to rotate around behind them, and this might pressure them in. Oh, meeting each other in the smoke. Oh, the flick was supposed to come in there, but Hats is too sharp for them. He will take out the last 3 players on the side of Buckets. That gives Order their 14th round, and they're going to be playing for match point now. Buckets, they still have enough money if they want to try and force this, if they don't want to play for overtime. We are seeing a little bit of armor coming in there, and the rifles to follow it up as well. Yep. Which, I think this is going to be the right call. If they were going to play for overtime, it was going to be about a 6-round difference to try and claw back from, which isn't impossible, of course. But this isn't the same order that we saw at the start of the game. They've woken up a little bit.
Oh, Valiant's going to be able to catch Brace off guard. They will have the information, but nobody's else left on the A site. They're all pushing in. So they're pretty much ready to go. It's going to be technically a 4v4, so we'll see how this goes. Flower beds set up there. Nicely done from Brace and Seko. Just be able to get this done. Now there's an interesting awkward setup that they have to get through the crossfire. One by one, they'll go down. It was really nicely done for Buckets, and that Order, I don't think they're going to come back from this, and I was really hoping they were going to save, because I think you fight for OT here, but I suppose with an aggressive team like Buckets, they don't want to waste your time. They either finish this out 16x or not at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, Valiance was going to try and stick around A there. I don't know if he was trying to catch somebody else off guard or just maintain that presence there. This to try and pull players off of B, but Buckets, they just decided to stick on B. And we saw this earlier, they don't seem to get pulled off of this site too easily. So, yeah, Order pretty much running into a bit of a bloodbath. In fact, there was one player who went back around the world who should have potentially seen there was going to be a bit of a B stack there, because he had 2 players stacked up on top of the flower bed. So that indicates that, you know, you had the 3rd player somewhere around there. But anyways, Valiance.
Oh, and they pick up the op.
They do, which is going to be very good for them. They want to try and keep that alive as much as possible. And it's not going to Brace this time. It's going to Conky.
Makes a lot of sense. Conky was more in the back line as an opper, like a natural opper, as opposed to Brace has found more success being aggressive with just M4s and AKs. So this makes a lot of sense to me in my mind. So Buckets, they're not out of this fight quite yet. They've managed to dent the economy. If they win this next round, they can start building back up some serious stuff. But Hats has some other words to say.
Yes, those words are, give me that A site.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yes.
And bang.
Also bang.
Yeah.
I mean, Buckets, if they were pretty convinced that they were going to try and just play for the W instead of that OT, that regulation W, then they might want to try and push this now, but at the same time, it's a 2 versus 4 situation. They should know that one of them Alistair is a little bit weakened, so it could even just be about trying to grab these exits here. Oh, ammo. Was going to get routed there. Imagine lurking around Boiler. That was pretty much just going to be a trade out there, which is exactly what Order wants to do. They've got the money they need to make that a perfectly viable option.
And both economies are not doing too hot. A little bit better for Order, but not by much, just because they have the AKs that they can hold on to. But Buckets, again, not really still out of this, and Conky can still help out by buying some stuff. So we'll see how they do here buying into this next round. The loss bonus will be a little bit forgiving here, and they still can keep it close. But this is match point now for Order. And really props to Order. We never had it down in their mind that they could come back from this, but it really was... it really took a lot of effort just to start stringing back some rounds.
It was a little bit touch and go for them, and that is... I'm going to say that's definitely well-deserved credit to Buckets there. Ooh, Coblino. Very early casualty early on the banana. Brace will follow. I think Order might just want to sort of rush through this and get this over with. But well, left Order a little bit weakened. A few of their players below 50 health. Okay, Conky. 1 versus 4. Trying to save the day with a P250. He has the AWP there, but of course he doesn't necessarily want to try and charge into the fight with that. Creeping through the smoke, Alistair will finally put the matter to bed, and that is a win for Order. But Buckets, I think, should be incredibly happy, even if it was a loss. They did a really fantastic job there against a, I'd say, could be fairly said, a higher tier team. And up next they'll be going up to see PC419, so I think that'll be a result that could be a little bit closer. In fact, they say Buckets might be able to win that as well, but see that later. In the meantime, though, I think there's a lot to digest from that game.
We have to change to a totally different game altogether, Jazz.
Well, we do, yes. So we're not going to be able to digest it on stream, but you should definitely stick around, because the completely different game that we're swapping over to is Team Fortress 2. So please stay tuned to CappingTV. So we'll be hopping over there next, but we'll be talking to you later. We won't be covering that one. And I've been one of your casters, Jevons, and my co-caster has been Bemi. From both of us, thank you, and see you later. Soon.
Are you searching for a better Counter-Strike experience all in one place? Compete for over $1 million in PUG and League prizes, all on one platform. Track and share your performance with our advanced stats pages. Frag out and rank up on the industry-leading anti-cheat. Sign up for ESEA today.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.